Hello listeners, Tom here, just popping in before the show starts to let you know that I'll be running another of my Happier Scriptwriting courses starting in January. If you're interested in scriptwriting for screen, stage or radio and you want to develop some healthier working habits and a more productive relationship with your creativity all round, this is the course for you. 5 weekly 2-hour sessions live with me, Tom Crowley, over Zoom. This time they'll be from 10 a.m. to noon GMT on Sunday mornings starting on the 19th of January 2025. Plus a professional script report on 10 pages of your work included with your place. Here's a testimonial from Alexandra, a recent course graduate. This course has been so helpful to my scriptwriting efforts. Tom's experience and knowledge have been corralled into succinct and easy-to-grasp chunks, which then have been relatively simple to apply to my script. The script review service is amazing. Sounds good, right? For full details, go to crowleytom.com/teaching. Can't make those dates? Then go to the website and sign up to the mailing list to be the first to hear when more courses are announced. And remember, a place on the course could be the perfect last-minute Christmas present for the aspiring scriptwriter in your life. That's crowleytom.com/teaching. Join me and become a happier, more versatile and more productive scriptwriter, please. Now on with the episode.
Hail, fellow! Welcome!
Good evening, Reverend. I wonder if I might rest here a moment.
Why, all are welcome in church, during Advent most of all.
I wonder if you'd say that so readily, Reverend, if you knew what had brought me here.
Well, it is my policy not to pry into people's affairs unless they want to share them. And if they do, always to listen.
Well, on your own head be it, Reverend. My story begins on a Tuesday. A Tuesday which, when it began, promised no particular...
Okay, great. Lovely work, guys. Really good, but you can hold it there.
I say...
We were right in the middle of a take.
Yep, I know, but there's been a bit of a change of plans, so you two can stand down for now.
But I learned my lines and everything.
I had a whole backstory for my vicar character. He was in the Navy.
And that sounds so fascinating, and I'd love to hear all about it later.
But we were going to open the episode. I was so excited.
I was going to start a sentence that seemed like it was going one way, then at the end I was going to say Crowley time.
Yes, I know, but that's the thing, you see. It's actually not Crowley time.
I'm going to have to speak to my agent about this.
Yes, me too, as soon as I find one.
Well, I'm sorry to change the plans on you so last minute, but, well, look, there is a part for each of you later on, okay? Go speak to the line producer, Savaloy. He's got the sides.
Well, this is most unusual.
Yes, a whole different part.
This way you can stay for sandwiches.
Done.
Done and a half.
Makeup.
Where's my dressing room?
I'm picturing my character with a limp.
Wonderful actors, really very good. Hello listeners, and welcome to Crowley Time with me, Tom Crowley, only as you might have just overheard, it isn't. We're changing things up around here and embarking on an exciting new venture. Rather than your usual sketch comedy programming, we're bringing you the debut of a thrilling new series, boasting shadowy conspiracies, sun-soaked beaches, high-octane action, and maybe even a few laughs along the way. A new era for a much-loved character. It's Madrigal in Miami. Now, I know some of you will be thinking, hang on, Tom, I thought you didn't like Madrigal. Last year, back in episode 30, when billionaire Tez Tucker bought Crowley Time and turned it into a provincial detective show, you were absolutely livid.
Yes, that had crossed my mind and all.
Oh, hello, Savaloy. Look, everyone, it's Savaloy, the line producer.
Watcher? Yeah, you've not half done a 180 on that particular matter, have you not, sir? Not half, not.
Oh, Savaloy. Shut up.
Oh.
And besides, it's not so much me completely reversing my position and going back on my previously stated opinions. It's more that I saw an opportunity. It's true, I found the conventional small-town detective format a little completely played out and cliched, and of course I was proven right, and Madrigal was axed shortly before the end of its first episode.
I know, I was there.
After that, I bought back the rights to Crowley Time in its entirety, and then recently it occurred to me, as it happens it was when I was looking over the show's financial documentation, that includes the license to Madrigal.
So you decided to give the idea another shot, this time doing it your own way, overhauling the show and rejuvenating the whole Madrigal IP for a new generation.
Yes. That's exactly what I was going to say.
I heard you on the phone giving the same speech to the Portaloo people. They've arrived, by the way.
Oh, thank Christ, I'm busting.
And this slight change of heart and pivot towards mainstream appeal programming wouldn't have anything to do with the show's finances or the fact the landlord's been sniffing around the studio a lot lately, would it?
Not at all. Those events are utterly separate and distinct phenomena.
Right.
Boy, John. Oh, speak of the devil. Hello, Mr. Smell. It's Tom, by the way.
Yeah, of course it is. You've been ventilating this place?
Yes, I have, Mr. Smell, I promise.
You have to keep it ventilated or you get damp.
I know.
That shelf over there, did you put that in?
No, Mr. Smell, that was there when we first moved in.
Yeah. You've not been putting blue tack on the walls, have you?
Me? No.
Because that'll damage the wallpaper, you know.
Yeah, I know, that's why I ain't done it.
Right. Seeing you got them portaloos in, do you mind if I,
Please, be our guest.
I just had a kebab.
Ugh.
Chili sauce. See you later. Have a little word.
Yes, Mr. Smell. God, he makes me nervous.
He's an odious parasite siphoning the cream off the blood and sweat of the workers.
He is, isn't he? And I'm worried he's thinking about putting the rent up on the studio.
What makes you think that?
He turned up in a new Ferrari.
Oh, Christ.
And the show hasn't ever really recovered since I was forced to liquidate some assets in the final quarter of last year.
You mean when Tez made you buy back the show for all the money you had in the world?
That's the one. So, as you can see, it's just the right time to venture into a bold new direction and launch a new production with mass appeal, a repeatable format, maximum spin-off potential, and optimum sell to the Chinese ability. So that's why it's my great pleasure and financial obligation to introduce you to Madrigal in Miami.
Oh, yes, sir. I've been meaning to have a talk with you about that.
What? About what?
I've been talking to the production accountant.
Who's that?
Well, it's me.
Oh.
Anyway, the long and short of it is, the budget won't stretch to Miami.
Oh, no.
But that's all right, sir. We found a creative solution.
Who's we?
Well, me.
Okay.
So, you are, in fact, delighted to introduce the audience to Madrigal in Margate.
Right.
Kelly, slow down.
You'll have to catch me, Jason.
Give us a rest. I'm still sitting on all them mushy peas. Oh, wow. The sun's coming up. We've been out all night, just talking and eating chips and playing the fruities. Oh, Jason, I wish this bank holiday weekend would last forever. Tell me about it. You're mint, you are, Kelly. You're sweet, Jason. I mean it, Kelly. You're the best girl I've ever gone out with. Much better than Samantha, the butcher's daughter. She just talked about sinew all the time. Shh, Jason. Never mind Samantha now. Tonight's just about you and me and the waves. It's perfect, this, Kelly. I know. Nothing could ever spoil this moment. Nothing. What about a mutilated, bloated, waterlogged corpse bobbing gently in the shallows?
Ugh, why'd you say that?
'Cause there's one just there. Crowley Time Productions, in association with Crowley Time Holdings Incorporated, Crowley Works LLC, and visittheThamesEstuary.co.uk present Madrigal in Margate. When the metaphorical seagull of crime digs its claws into the figurative chips of innocent citizens, only two men have the figurative newspaper to bat it away figuratively. Their names are DCI Paul Madrigal and DS Trovy Bucksheath. And this is Madrigal in Margate. Tonight, Total Recall.
Margate PD, Chief Throbber speaking. Yeah? Oh, hi, honey. No, I ain't gonna be home for dinner. I got a stiff on the beach who looks like black pudding, the district attorney of Kent's breathing down my neck, and my ulcer's screaming at me like Shirley Bassey. Yeah, leave a piece in the fridge for me. Yeah, with the icing flour on it if possible. Yeah, I appreciate your attempts to cultivate honest communication in the relationship too. Okay, look, honey, I gotta go. I need to speak to the two ugliest, most idiotic detectives in the Southeast.
Chief, we're sitting right here. Oh, don't worry, Bucksheath. He knows. You bet your ass, Madrigal.
Even though I wouldn't stake a rotten old pumpkin against your flabby old buttocks. There'll be plenty of time to discuss my arse later, Chief. Like sometime when you're on the phone and you're trying to find an accurate shorthand for describing your face. Keep up the insubordination, Madrigal. I just love an excuse to bust you down to traffic duty. You can't bust me down to traffic duty. In this borough, there's an entire separate branch of law enforcement that deals with traffic violations and road safety. Then I'll bust you down to shoplifting and public disorder-related matters. You could do that. That's what more junior police in our branch of the department tend to be tasked with. Then maybe I will.
Does anyone want a tea? Or?
What did you call us in for anyway, Chief? Get tired of stealing dirty pants out of the squad's lockers and sniffing the really crusty bits?
Oh, please, mate. I've just had a ham and cheese croissant.
Listen up, Madrigal. I don't like you. I don't like your face. I don't like your methods. I don't like your punk-ass attitude. I don't like your 2013 funk album, cynically designed to capitalize on the post-Get Lucky 70s revival craze. But I need you. Margate needs you. You and your Scottish flunky here.
I'm actually from Newcastle.
When people think of Margate, they think of ice creams, tea rooms, donkey rides. But that's just the surface. Lift up the doily, and underneath is a bottomless well of filth, criminality, and corruption. Sounds like a bloody big doily. You're a thorn in my ass and an angry horse in my model village, but god damn it, you're the best detective in the country, Madrigal. And I need the best if we're gonna fix up this scumhole town full of evil morons and sick sex monsters.
Disclaimer. The Margate portrayed in Madrigal in Margate is a fictional town only superficially inspired by the real town of Margate in Kent, UK. Any comments made about the town of Margate or its residents in this programme should not be taken as indicative of the programme maker's opinions of any real British township living or dead. Thank you.
I wish I could just destroy this whole godforsaken toilet dumpster with a nuclear device, but I can't. The commissioner made that very clear. So I'm unleashing the next best thing on this place. You two. I transferred in the detective with the best arrest record on the force and an expert in 17 types of unarmed combat. What? Who's that?
Me.
You? You know 17 types of unarmed combat?
I do, I.
I didn't know that.
Oh, aye, sir. I'm quite tasty.
Could you flip me over and that?
I could have a go.
I ain't screwing around! This town is on its knees with a lit stick of dynamite stuck up its asshole! The ice cream kiosks are stacked floor to ceiling with Colombian nose candy! The tea rooms are filled with stone cold killers! And the donkey ride donkeys doped up to the goddamn eyeballs! Sounds like my ideal holiday destination. Besides Center Parks. One more word out of you, Madrigal, and I'll take this commemorative bronze seashell statue off my desk and use it to hollow you out like a goddamn cantaloupe! Now get out of my office and solve that murder, or I'll kick your asses so hard they'll have to be repurposed as museums of footwear and leather crafts!
Chief, can I get you a glass of water or something?
Just get down to the beach, ASAP. And don't worry, you ought to have plenty of help. What was that in aid of, Chief? Just remember an amusing advert you saw recently. You'll see, Madrigal. You'll see.
He is quite an angry bloke, but he's very articulate, especially when he's making threats that involve horses.
That he is. BA in English literature, you know.
Oh, smart. What's the bother between you two, then?
How do you mean?
Well, just then how you was riling him up and he shouted at you until blood came out of his nose.
Oh, Bucksheath, you have a lot to learn.
I know, only found out about peristalsis this morning. Mad, innit?
I mean, you have a lot to learn about this job.
Oh, yeah?
A lot of our work is about reading people.
Like when people go see drag queen shows and the drag queens call them twats.
No. Well, sort of. Actually, yes, it's almost exactly like that. Some police brass, you want to treat them gentle. Yes, sir. No, sir. Thank you for the crisp, sir. Would you like one of my prawn balls, sir? But some of them live for the Barney. And Chief Throbber is squarely in that camp. You come over all nicey, love your tie, sir, and he won't give you the time of day. But you give him a screaming-related dehydration headache, and he'll respect you.
Oh, so he likes you more if he hates you?
I didn't say that, I just said he'd respect you.
All right. Funny, innit, sir? You and me, so far from little wounding.
You're darn right, Bucksheath. It's a whole new world out here on the coast. Mind you, can't say as I miss it back in wounding. The atmosphere at the station wasn't what it used to be. The people, the mood, it all got a bit samey. Alright, mate.
Yeah, you alright, kiddo?
Nah, mate, I'm freaking me nuts out with all these murders and pedos.
Not off, mate, I'm having trouble with the drink and all.
Sound, mate, me wife's left us because I'm on the heroin and I'm corrupt and all.
Me too, mate, swear down.
I'm selling guns to kids at the weekend and I've got anxiety. Yeah, sound,
Tell
mate.
us about it, our kid.
Sound, mate, swear down.
Sound,
mate.
kiddo, alright, swear down.
Mate, all that whinging about substance abuse and depression. I ain't got time to listen to all that. I've got wrong uns to bang up.
It did get a little tiresome after a while. Though it might do you a bit of good to talk about your feelings sometimes, boss.
I've told you, Bucksheath, I'll talk about my feelings under physical torture, if required to in an internal evaluation, or if there's the prospect of nookie. No other times.
I say you did say, now you mention it. Can I tell you about my feelings?
No.
Right, fair play.
Tell you what, though. This town might be tougher than my Aunt Brenda's rice pudding, but it's good to be facing up to a real challenge again. Something meaty that we can really get our teeth into. Like my Aunt Brenda's rice pudding.
You really think we can clean up this awful bastard of a town, boss?
You and me, Bucksheath. If we put our minds to it, I don't know if there's anything we can't do. Besides Kiss.
Oh yeah, no tar.
And anyway, whether we succeed or not, at least we're several counties away from that infuriating idiot Constable Crump.
Oh, yeah, good point, sir.
Oh, Detective Chief Inspector Madrigal and Sergeant Bucksheath!
Oh,
Constable Crump?
My ears are burning!
I'm not surprised. Get that toasty maker off your head, lad.
Oh, I thought it was an individual head warmer.
What on earth are you doing here?
Well, a transfer opportunity came up here in Margate, and I thought, with my two best friends in the whole world working here, how could I say no?
I'm not your friend. Don't ever tell anyone I am.
Also, they said I had to leave Little Wounding because I accidentally set fire to the evidence locker.
Oh, crump.
They had to let off 280 sex offenders.
Well, you'll get on just fine here in Margate, Crump, as long as you keep your head down and never speak to me ever again.
Thank you, Inspector. I love you.
Shut up.
Ta-da, oh, you got the toasty maker on your head again.
Sorry, I forgot.
Get some Savlon on those lugs at least, man. They're looking like a pair of crispy rashes.
Pardon?
Oi! No time for jaw flapping with that remedial specimen, Bucksheath. There's a hot whisper on the sea breeze, and that whisper is screaming, murder.
And we're out for the ad break. Well done, everyone. There you go, Savaloy. It's like a brand new show, isn't it?
Oh, unquestionably, sir. I was doubting you there for a moment, but before, the man and his friends solved murders, and now 12 competitors put their culinary skills to the test for the chance to become Jamie Oliver's sous chef for a year.
What? No, they don't. They still solve murders.
Oh, I might have been on the wrong channel.
Saints preserve us. Well, let's just hope the sponsors are tuned in. I have it on very good authority that someone from Honda is listening.
Cool, blimey.
Yes, and if I learned one thing from Tez Tucker's attempt to launch Madrigal last year, it was never trust a billionaire with anything you care about. But if I learned a second thing, it was that Honda is the advertising tastemaker of the world. If Honda sponsor Madrigal in Margate, then all the big brands will be biting our hands off.
Sweet, sweet smackaroos. But hang on, I thought Honda's chief bigwig said he'd never sponsor a police show or some other such.
That's right. He said he'd never sponsor a show that featured a positive depiction of the Gloucestershire Police. He never said anything about the Kent Police, or indeed any other British territorial police force.
Ah.
Or the Miami Police Department, as I'd originally intended, but never mind that now. Apparently, the head of Honda himself is tuning in, and according to this text from their marketing manager, he hasn't got angry or fallen asleep yet.
Oh, this is good, sir. This is very good.
I know, and that's just the beginning. If we nail Honda, it'll be product placement, endorsement deals, brand partnerships. We'll have Trovy wearing an Apple Vision Pro and a Madrigal X Nike line of repulsive trainers. We'll be rich! Rich beyond...
Ixnay on the Ula, May.
What? Who's Ula May? Oh.
What?
Good Portaloo, that. Solid flush. Yes, Mr. Smell, we like it. Horrible mess now, though. What? Listen, gotta have a word. We're quite busy at the moment.
Any leaks?
What? You had any leaks? The pipes? Leaks? No, I don't think so. Good. Terrible thing if you get leaks. Damp. Absolute plague in these old buildings. I don't think we've had any leaks, or damp, or plague. Well, one plague. Was it? Nothing. Look, we really do need to get on. I'm putting the rent up. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Gotta be done. Yes, I thought it might. Putting it up by double.
Hey?
Double? Difficult time. Economy's really tough at the moment. Overheads. Don't even ask. What overheads? Your grandfather bought the lease in the 30s for 500 quid, and all you've done your whole adult life is rent it out. A lot of work keeping up a place like this. A lot more trouble than you might think.
Last year the shower stopped working and it took you 6 months to send someone round.
Yeah, worse luck, your Portaloo's broke as well now. I'll get right on it.
You flaming scab.
Not to worry, Mr. Smell. Message received and understood. We'll pay. Don't you worry.
But sir...
It'll be a bit of a strain, but we'll make do, won't we, Savaloy?
Well, I suppose.
Exactly. Right, Kushti. What is it you're making anyway? Porn?
No, it's a detective drama.
Any porn in it?
No!
Pity. Right, see you later. Don't use any blue tack on them walls.
We won't.
Sir, double?
I know. Who'd have thought that a work of art could be impeded by petty financial concerns and the whim of an uncaring capitalist?
Everyone would have thought that.
But it doesn't matter anymore, Savaloy. We've got Honda on the line. Honda! If this comes off, we'll be able to buy the studio off Smell and never have to see his disgusting, greasy landlord face ever again.
And if it doesn't?
Oh, doesn't, won't, can't. You're so negative, Savaloy. We'd work something out. People find sacks of mislaid mafia gold buried in the foundations of their homes all the time, don't they?
Back in 20 seconds, everyone.
There's no time to worry about that now anyway, Savaloy. We've got a show to make.
God help us. I wonder if free bean salad needs a postmaster.
Sound, stop eating crisps. And it's the fuzzy end that's meant to point at the actors. Stand by, everyone. In 3, 2, 1. I didn't mind if you had the 78 or the 73. Then he told me that he didn't have any Merlots in at all. Can you believe that?
Does seem surprising, even for a solicitor's firm. Did you get your will sorted?
Not with those killjoys, I didn't. Nah, I'll just do what my old man did. Take it with me in the coffin.
Fair play.
Where did they say the body was?
Just over there, sir, by the groin.
Oh, I see.
That's the one, sir. The one them kids are building sandcastles on.
Here, clear off, you little tykes. Little sods. Oi, Constable, you're meant to be guarding that body.
Oh, they weren't doing any harm, sir.
They were disturbing a crime scene.
Well, we were all young once. Besides, it's not like we're going to solve it anyway. That's not a very proactive attitude, Constable.
Well, we're not, are we? Ha! No wonder this town's bollock deep in rapscallions, if this is the calibre of copper in charge of catching them.
Look, I wasn't trying to infer that you're not...
No, you weren't, Constable!
Oh, no.
You weren't trying to infer anything, were you?
No, I wasn't.
No, because to infer means to read meaning into someone else's statement. But you didn't mean that, did you, Constable?
Sir, you're hurting my arm and my... throat. Leave him, boss. He didn't know what he was saying.
Evidently not, because he meant to say imply, meaning to suggest a thought rather than explicitly stating it. Didn't you, Constable?
Yes, Inspector.
Now you listen to me, my lad. This morning the cafe was out of oat milk, so I couldn't have any in my habitual latte. So I had to have dairy milk instead.
Oh dear.
And when I have too much dairy, I get bloated. And when I get bloated, I get cranky.
I'm sorry to hear that.
And when I get cranky, it just gets to me a little bit when people forget important things. Important things like the fact that imply and infer are two different words and they mean two completely different things. Got it?
Yes, sir. It will never happen again, sir. I promise.
See that it doesn't!
Now get out of my sight!
Yes, sir. What a nutter.
God, that makes me angry.
I know, sir.
Language has to have meaning, Sergeant. Otherwise, how can we possibly hope to use words to build a shared understanding of our existence?
Yes, sir. I know, sir, but you've got to calm down. It's not good for you to get so upset.
I've never had an internal complaint stick yet, Bucksheath. And believe me, they've tried.
No, I meant because of you-know-what.
Oh. You mean Madrigal, the superhuman form I achieve when I lose my temper, gifted with unnatural strength and agility, but tormented by infinite fury and the dread of an even darker and more deadly transformation awaiting me someday.
That's the one, aye.
Well, you got a point there, Bucksheath. Just lately, I've been having these awful dreams. I'm here, or somewhere like here, on the shore. But it's night. Pitch dark. But it's uncomfortably warm, stifling. Out there, very far off, I can see a pinprick of light, piercing the inky black. It looks like it's sitting on the horizon, coming from a ship or some such. But it's so dark, you can't tell the sky from the sea. It's so far off, you can't tell whether it's moving or not, getting closer or further away. But somehow, I know it's meant for me. And I know it'll never go away until I go out there to join it. And when I do, I'll find out what it is that the depths have in mind for me.
Shall we have a look at this murder then?
Yeah, all right.
Who was the first officer on the scene?
I was. Sure as a swordfish. Hua!
Whoa, mind out, you nearly clipped us with that roundhouse kick.
Sorry, I'm just passionate about policing. Whoa!
Hey, careful.
It's good to meet you, Sergeant,
Brinkley, Sergeant Brandrea Brinkley, reporting for duty, sir. You can count on me. 10 Shen Brinkley, at ease, Brinkley. Yes, sir.
Right, so you were first on the scene.
That's right. I followed procedure, interviewed the witnesses, examined the body, and combed the area for clues. Sure as a swordfish, sir.
And what did you find?
Nothing, sir.
Oh, for Christ's sake.
What did the witnesses say?
They were engaged in some light petting at around 6 a.m. when the body washed up on the shore.
That's it!
I tried to call them again to confirm their account a moment ago, sir, but it looks like they gave me a fake number. They were pretty freaked out. Heck, I guess I would be too. Sure as a swordfish.
Why do you keep saying that?
Oh, I say it all the time. It's kind of my thing, I guess. My mom was a marine conservationist, so I grew up around a lot of sea life. I've always had an affinity with fish, kind of a shared understanding.
Great, so how about this body then?
Yes, good idea, sir.
Oh, of course, sir. It's been difficult to identify the victim, Inspector. As you can see, it looks like a shark bit its head off.
Yeah.
You sure it was a shark?
Sure.
Oh, God.
Or as a swordfish. There's no mistaking those bite marks. Plus, there's a saying among marine conservationist circles. If you're in the sea and something bites your head off, odds are it's a shark.
So maybe it was just an accident? Some bloke knocked off the wrong fish.
Not unless the shark was packing heat. Someone shot this guy full of lead. And from my experiences in the world of marine conservationism, I can tell you that's not usually part of a shark's MO.
Aye, that would be unusual behaviour for a sea creature.
Ha!
Oi, cut that out, will you, Sergeant Brinkley? You nearly took me nose off.
Sorry, Sergeant Bucksheath. I'm just so jazzed to the max to be working on a case with two kick-ass crime busters like you. Ahoy! Plus, I'm an expert in 19 forms of unarmed combat.
Oh, really? So if I were to do this,
Well, I would simply do this.
and if I did this,
Then it's just a little
touche, Sergeant.
corkscrew flip. Ahoy!
Whoa, oh,
Ah!
oh, sweet Christ.
Oh, sorry, Sergeant. Force of habit. Thought I was back in the dojo. Ahoy.
Can't breathe, man.
Oi, Bucksheath, if you're quite finished catching 40 winks, we've got a crime scene to inspect.
Awfully sorry, but could you help us up, sir?
Oh, here we go, the me generation.
Sorry, but I can't feel me body below me neck.
That'll wear off, Sergeant, in an hour or two. Sure as a swordfish.
Come on, Sergeant.
Would you mind propping us up, sir?
Oh, bleeding hell, all right.
And let's look this body over quick and get out of here.
I'm with you, Sergeant. I don't know how much more exuberance I can handle.
Need any assistance, officers?
Oh, we're fine, thanks.
Absolutely not.
Okay, I'm going to study my procedure manual. Extra subclauses edition. Ahoy!
I've never seen anyone so chipper this close to a corpse. It's like they enlisted a cartoon squirrel.
Tell me about it. I'm getting the caffeine shakes off her.
Well, looks like she was right. That is one bitten off head.
Yep, that's your classic neck stump situation. Fingerprints?
Well, looks like they've been nibbled off as well.
Wait. They say everyone's bumholes are unique too, don't they? We could get a print off that.
Yep, unfortunately there's no database for that type of thing, sir.
Damn. Bloody red tape.
Wait, look. Now there's an identifying mark if I ever saw one.
What? Where?
Oh, oh, oh! Oh, so, get your hand up.
Oh, sorry, Bucksheath, I forgot.
There, sir, his left nipple, just beside the sandcastle.
It's got a fish hook through it. Probably picked that up while being smashed about by the current.
No, sir, I don't think so. It's a perfectly horizontal piercing, and wearing exactly that in exactly that way is the gang insignia for soldiers of the Crab Shack cartel.
My God, that's right. The chief mentioned it in one of his interminable briefings while I was pretending to be asleep to get on his tits.
I'd bet me left knacker this killing's gang related. If it's still there, I can't feel a thing.
You took the words right out of my mouth. Brinkley?
Yes, sir. Reporting for duty, sir.
God, just bring it down a couple of notches, could you?
Sorry, sir. Sorry, sir. How can I help?
Have the lab boys got DNA samples off the victim?
Yes, they have, sir. Straight from the neck stump. They ought to be working on an ID right now, you betcha.
Good, that's more like it. Well, until they get us a name, we're gonna go chase up a few cartel connections.
Yeah, we are. Sure as a swordfish.
Oh, God.
Oh, me head.
Sorry, Inspector. I can't help it. God, I love being a police officer. Where to now?
No, Brinkley. Sergeant Bucksheath and I will be all right on our own. Thank you. You just run along.
Those aren't my orders, sir.
What?
Chief Throbber told me expressly that I was to assist you two on this one.
Oh, sweet Jesus, no.
That godless bastard.
I'm supposed to stick to you like glue and make sure you stay out of trouble. Guess he thinks you need a babysitter, huh, Inspector?
Let's hope that doesn't happen again.
Ahoy!
So, would you drown me?
Well, looks like we got some company on this one. Listen here, Brinkley. I'm a simple man. I like darts, red wine, model airplane kits, Fleetwood Mac, embroidery, the films of Francois Truffaut, paintings of ducks, anything with Sir Anne Jones in it, and nobbling killers. You don't get in between me and any of those things, and we'll get on just fine, capiche?
I'm quite partial to bacon.
And don't get in between Sergeant Bucksheath and baking, alright?
Message received and understood, sir. Anything else you need from me?
Yeah, stick Bucksheath in the car. My arm's tired.
Ahoy, can do, Inspector. Here we go, Sergeant.
Alright, nice and easy.
And let's get a move on. If my instincts are right, something's stirring in the depths. And I don't just mean the shark that borrowed that lad's bonds.
Time to go for a ride, Sergeant.
Oh, wait a moment. I think I can feel me toes. Oh, never mind.
So, this new character...
Sergeant Brinkley?
Yes, my masterstroke.
Just the character to reel in the younger generation. She's upbeat, self-confident, super capable, and most of all, she has a catchphrase.
Did you consult any of the younger generation about this?
No. But come on, I've seen TikTok. Kids today like overconfident people who shout a lot. And mainly people who shout the same sorts of things a lot, over and over again. What be that but a catchphrase? Sure as a swordfish.
Oh God, please don't you start saying it as well.
I just hope the Honda people like her too. Any word?
No, I've been keeping an eye on the company email.
You mean crowleytimepodcast@gmail.com?
Yes, crowleytimepodcast@gmail.com. But nothing yet. In terms of professional correspondence, it's just Uber Eats and some increasingly threatening messages from LinkedIn. There you are.
Hi Tom, do you want to connect with networks of professionals in related fields, or do you want to find out what happens to people who don't? Click here to log in, bitch. Oh dear.
Very unsavoury.
Well, I suppose we'll just have to hang in there and see. While we're doing that, have we had any messages from the listeners at all?
Yes, sir, but they're all on something of a theme. I hate Brinkley. Brinkley's awful. Get rid of her. Love show. Hate Brinkley. Push Brinkley into a mincer.
Oh dear. There must be freak outliers. Any letters for the old show still knocking about?
Oh, yes, sir, quite a lot. Now, where's the ones I picked out again? There we are. First, there's one from Matthew Del Fabro from Toronto.
Thanking you. Hello, Tom Crowley from the hit podcast Crowley Time with me, Tom Crowley, with you, Tom Crowley. I just wanted to say thank you for providing so many laughs. I found you through Wooden Overcoats and was immediately a fan. I even started telling my co-workers to enjoy themselves as I leave work. Shortly after I finished listening to Wooden Overcoats a few months ago, my wandering eye fell on Crowley Time and I was hooked. I ploughed through the backlog and have been having a whale of a time listening to the adventures of Link Tangent, Sir Chuntley Buffingham, Mike Shinbone, and all your other wonderful characters. If you ever happen to bring Crowley Time live to the Toronto area, I'll make sure to be in attendance. Ah, well, thank you, Matthew. The Crowley Time live show isn't yet scheduled to go quite that far afield, but you never know what the coming years may bring. Who knows? If Madrigal in Margate goes the distance, we could do the full world tour. Stage version, dining experience, the whole thing.
One step at a time, sir.
Yes, I know. Oh, and I'm sure all you listeners know this already, but of course Wooden Overcoats is a multi-award-winning podcast sitcom that I was in and wrote for not all that long ago. You can listen to all 4 seasons of it on your podcast app or at woodenovercoats.com now. And if you like this show, you owe it to yourself to do so. Who's next? Chris O'Connor writes, my country just elected a power-mad, greedy, lying, ignorant, unworthy, cruel and dumbass fraudster again. But I have this podcast to listen to. That matters rather a lot. Thank you. Well, you're welcome, Chris, but you didn't mention where you were writing from, so I'm not sure exactly which power-mad, greedy, lying, ignorant, unworthy... Sorry, I couldn't keep it up. To you and all your fellow countryfolk, Chris, I wish all the eggs for the trying times ahead, and I'm glad to hear the show has offered some comfort. Funny times, eh, Savoy?
I am waiting for a rebirth of wonder, and I am waiting for someone to really discover America and whale. Lawrence Ferlinghetti.
Thank you, Savoy. I'm sure that'll be a big help. Right, one more. This from Winter. Hello there, Mr. Tom Crowley. I'm a huge fan of both the show as well as your work elsewhere. However, as of recent, something strange has been happening. From the release of episode 33 all the way to the present day, each episode you have released has come out at the exact same time as when I've been travelling, usually by train. This is including Faces of Virtue episodes, which means that the last 7 times you have released an episode, you've done it when I've been on some kind of long, boring journey. Whilst this has admittedly made these journeys much more entertaining, this coincidence has been happening a very suspicious amount. I'm aware that Crowley Time Incorporated holds a majority stake in Network Rail, and I understand that you yourself are somewhat of a corporate big shot in the world of trains. So I'm curious as to whether or not this is some kind of hyper-specific marketing technique targeted solely at me. My only other theory is that we have somehow become quantumly entangled, doomed to forever travel and release podcast episodes at the exact same time. Eternally orbiting each other's sunlight like a binary star system which will one day explode into an incredible supernova. Either that or I just travel a lot and you've released a lot of stuff recently. Who's to say? I'm no doctor, I'm a lemon. Oh god, not another lemon.
I know, they get everywhere. I'm a lemon, get out of it.
Well, Winter, I can see where the confusion with the network rail shares arose. You see, during Tez Tucker's brief period owning the show last year, during his first unsuccessful attempt to launch Madrigal, he was moving quite a lot of his assets through Crowley Time, including various transport investments, a sizable chunk of the rights to the Jurassic World franchise, and a large box of watermelons, which I think is still hanging around somewhere.
I had it destroyed in a controlled explosion, just to be completely belt and braces, sir.
I wish you'd told me. I'd have liked to watch that.
It was good.
So it's no marketing campaign I've had anything to do with, which leads me to assume that we must just be trapped in some kind of time anomaly. Therefore, for your trouble, I think the least I can do is offer you
Letter of the episode!
And as
Letter of the episode!
you are the lucky winner of a free Crowley Time Maximum Elite t-shirt. I'll be in touch about getting that to you shortly. And every letter featured on the show wins a digital download of this show's soundtrack album, Discount Bin. So if you heard yours, be sure to keep an eye on your inbox. Sorry to anyone who was disappointed not to hear theirs read out. We've had a lot in recently. And there's so much to talk about, what with the new reboot of Madrigal and Honda and everything. So please do keep writing in with your thoughts and questions to crowleytimepodcast@gmail.com. That's
crowleytimepodcast@gmail.com, goddammit!
And you never know, you could be
Letter of the episode!
But for now, it's time... Oh, sorry, it's my phone.
Is it Honda?
No, it's a voice note. From Tez.
What, Tez Tucker? That same Tez Tucker you just mentioned, who conned you into selling him Crowley Time, then closed it down immediately and sold it back to you for all the money you had in the world?
That's entirely correct, and what I like more than anything else is being reminded of it.
All right, mate. Touched a nerve.
I wonder what he wants.
Yo, Tom Marder Sauce. It's Tesminator 3 Rise of the Machines here. Heard you're bringing back Madrigal. Yeah, great property. Just ripe for exploitation in the IP marketplace. Wishing you all the eggs on that. Listen, a chum in my illegal data harvesting division tells me that you might have had a whiff of interest off of a particularly sweet plum. The beast from the east, the man from Japan, the tasty biscuit from the Minato district of Tokyo. Honda. So that kind of changes things vis-a-vis my personal perspective POV, gotcha Rooney? Maybe we can talk about getting the band back together. Tom and Tez, ride or die, bad boys for life, know what I mean? DM me back. Ciao!
Gosh.
Oh, sir. You wouldn't. Not after last time.
Hold on a moment, Savaloy. Hi, Tez. Tom here. We were delighted to get your last message, and... No. We don't want to get into business with you on Madrigal in Miami. Margate. And if Honda want to get behind the show, that's between them and us. So no need for you to get in touch with us about it again. Ciao, Rooney.
Oh, sir. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you, Savaloy.
I told myself, Savaloy, nobody can be a total spineless doormat their whole lives. Someday he has to show just the slightest bit of nerve
All right, don't ruin it. Places, everyone. Coming back from break. Savaloy, stop looking at me like that.
Sorry, sir. It's just that when you see someone finally wake up and seize hold...
Yes, that'll do.
Good morning, dearies. Welcome to the Tepid Tide Tea Room. Table for 3, is it? Oh. Boys, you better chalk Bacon back up on the specials board. It's that Flatfoot from Gloucestershire and a couple of his narc friends.
Hey, ahoy, citizen. That's the way to talk to a distinguished detective in the Kent Police. You're more insolent than a salmon in spawning season.
Oh, Brinkley, that reminds me. My car heater has been doing this thing where it makes a funny noise now and then. Roughly once an hour. Would you mind sitting in the car and keeping an ear out to see if it's still doing it?
Absolutely immediately, Inspector. What sort of funny noise is it?
Oh, it's, it's kind of a...
Like a baby orca signaling hunger. I'm on it like a haddock, sir.
Oh, but leave, Bucksheath, would you?
Sure as a swordfish.
I got you.
Funny noise, here I come.
Mind if I just prop you up against the coat rack, Bucksheath?
Aye, that's fine, thanks, boss. Oh, Soft.
If you're quite finished imitating whales and tossing that limp boy around, do you two donut jockeys want to tell me what you're doing, stinking up my elegant tea room? And make it fast. Mrs. Dempsey, the church warden's got the big table reserved for her book club, and that's 11 cream tea services I ain't gonna miss out on for you.
Service with a scowl, eh, Margot? Here, Bucksheath, do you know Margot the Embargo?
No, but it's very nice to make your acquaintance, Mom. You know, my auntie had a tea room like
You know why they call her Margot the Embargo, Bucksheath?
No.
Because there ain't a shipment or a delivery truck or an itsy-bitsy winkle that makes it in or out of this town without her say-so. You're what could be called connected, aren't you, Margot?
I don't know what the hell you're talking about, Inspector, so either order some cucumber sandwiches or get out of here.
Oh, I think you've got a lot more back there than cucumbers, Margot.
Yeah, I got a big vat of vegetable soup and some crusty bread rolls that you can cut with a diamond, too. Clear the front page.
You know what I'm talking about, Margot. Bucksheath, tell her what you saw.
Well, Mom, there was a body washed up on the shore this morning, and the victim was wearing the well-established insignia of the Crab Shack cartel.
What an awful shame. I pity his poor mother, but I never heard of no Crab Shack cartel.
How did you know it was a he?
Lucky guess.
You know what I think, Margot? I think this poor bugger was just collateral damage. I think something big's going down. Something involving the Crab Shack lads. And I think you know all about it.
Well, you'd be wrong. Just because some guy with a fish hook through his teeth rolls in on the morning tide, that don't mean nothing to me.
What's the matter, Margot? Are you scared of the cartel, or are you scared of bringing down the law?
I ain't scared of nothing. I eat coppers and gangsters for breakfast, along with a scone with fresh cream and homemade jam washed down with a refreshing cup of Earl Grey.
Excuse me?
What is it, Bucksheath?
Well, I just wanted to say, if you don't know anything about the Crab Shack cartel and all that, how'd you know about how the body had a fish hook through its nipple?
Well, that's it. Boys?
We're here, Miss the Embargo.
Ready and raring to go.
Look at us, playing a couple of rough types.
So nice of Mr. Crowley to give us the big fight scene.
And the sandwiches were delicious.
I know. Real ham.
My serving staff are light in their feet and heavy with their fists, copper. They'll serve you the bill in no time. Ceylon, peppermint, get 'em!
Yes, ma'am. Let's get 'em.
Fisticuffs.
Oh, you're buttering the wrong ciabatta, my dear. My partner's an expert in 17 types of unarmed combat. Get him, Bucksheath!
Yes, sir. Aikido! It appears I still can't really move my arms or legs, sir.
Oh, right. That's interesting.
Hey, Ceylon. Looks like the Geordie's down for the count.
That's right, Peppermint. That just leaves one. Let's hand him his assam.
Gladly.
Now, come on, boys. Stressful situations like this can be very bad for the blood pressure.
Hope I'm not too late for the oyster shucking, sir.
Brinkley!
Ahoy!
Hey, what?
Razor claw flip.
Oh!
Hey, you can't... what's happening? Hammerhead slam!
Oh, my back! Nicely done, Brinkley.
I'm sorry for abandoning your car heater, sir, but it looked like you could use a little help swabbing the deck.
Well, maybe I was wrong about you, Brinkley. Maybe I don't wish a passing bus would mount the curb and remove you from active service.
Thank you, sir. Happy to be of assistance.
Now cuff these two sea urchins and book 'em. Assaulting a police officer and hamming up a minor supporting role.
Ahoy, sir!
Good to be in the limelight again, eh?
I think I need some more sandwiches.
Come along, you two cod steaks. You've been battered.
Well. Looks like it's just you and me now, Margot.
Is anyone gonna help us up, or...?
You don't scare me, copper. You can't touch me.
Maybe not. Or maybe I go get a warrant and see what buried treasure you've got out the back under the French fancies.
Oh, this is the last thing I need. First the oat milk shortage and now this.
Wait. Oat milk shortage? What's happening?
Oh dear. I think you might have just inserted a credit, Mom.
A what?
You've set off a connection in the inspector's genius detective mind and activated his brain ball machine.
Oat milk, fish hook, ciabatta, paralysis, crab shack, nipple, gang war.
That was quite distressing to watch.
Come on, Bucksheath.
Yes, sir. If you could just help me. Whoa!
This is even bigger than I thought. Brinkley, uncuff those two and kick them into the sea. We don't have time.
Ahoy, sir!
What's going on, boss?
If my hunch is right, something big's going down in Margate, and soon. And it's gonna be a milk bath.
time on Madrigal in Margate. Oh, I keep doing that.
If this goes over Margot the Embargo's head, then this really is big time. I'm talking big time like the Great Clock of Westminster, sometimes mistakenly referred to as Big Ben Big. Look, honey, if the plumber can't come around today, we'll just have to wait till Monday. What? It's getting into the basement. My vintage Nudie Mag collection. Damn you, Madrigal! That's the last time you use my toilet!
Ahoy, boys! Say hello to my flippers. I call them Thunderbird 4 and Namor the Submariner. Hwah! Hwah!
Ah, both my balls!
These ice creams are lovely. But boss, wait a second. Who killed the headless man?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
You lie so close to me. I can feel your body heat coming from the bottom sheet.
Madrigal in Margate. Total Recall Part 1. Starred Anton Meanwhile as DCI Paul Madrigal. Trovy Bucksheath as DS Trovy Bucksheath. Cat Manifold as DS Brandrea Brinkley. J. Thomas J. Toadley as Chief Policeman Dewey Throbber. Florence Psycho Wittering as Margot the Embargo. Donovan Lemanonovan as the... Cut! Excellent work, everyone. That's a wrap on today.
Hang on, it's a two-parter?
Yes, my next stroke of genius. New shows do it all the time. Keep the ratings up on the second episode with a juicy cliffhanger and show the audience just how ambitious the show can be given time.
Well, if you say so, but I always think it seems a bit like the programme makers have bitten off more than they can chew, and they can't fit all the set-up exposition and the whole first story into a reasonable length episode. So rather than be disciplined and trim it down for release, they just indulge themselves in taking more time over it and try to make it seem like a deliberate strategy.
Oh, Savaloy. Shut up.
Oh.
Besides, everyone loves that feeling of going to the cinema, sitting through an entire film and waiting for the big climax to the story, only to find out that all along it was a surprise part 1. But before we leave the listeners all teetering on the edges of their seats, we really need to thank the Patreon supporters, without whose seed investment we really couldn't have done any of this. Well, them and visit thethamesestuary.co.uk.
Well, they just sent us a good luck card and a t-shirt with a tugboat on it.
Oh. Right, well, thanks to the Patreon supporters anyway. Without them, I couldn't have even paid myself for this.
You're getting paid?
Thanks to everyone who supports this show. Alongside this episode, every patron at every paid tier will receive the Madrigal in Margate soundtrack EP, featuring the stunning original score by Madrigal mainstay Tommy Music, including his haunting tie-in single, Lion Next to Me. Go get it at patreon.com/CrowleyTime. And naturally, a very, very special thank you to this show's
Executive Producers! Tobias Anderson,
Gigi Catherine,
Louise Robb,
Brian Shymick,
Michaela McNally,
Kim M,
James Rayliff,
Katrina Powers,
Meme,
Samantha Dye and Peter Shanks,
Paul Tiemann,
Dr. the Eliminator,
Aileen Joins,
George Cantor,
Diggory Laycock,
Andy Case,
Matt Luckcook,
James Roberts,
and Amanda Waterman.
and the massivest, the least passivest thanks to this show's
Supreme Champion Producers!
Laurel Carlson and Purple Strawberry.
So if you'd like to join those noble ranks and get the soundtrack EP, plus all the bonus material ever released for this show, and at the higher tiers, a mention in the show and lots of extra goodies, go to patreon.com/CrowleyTime. And what better time has there ever been to join the Crowley Team Time? I mean, the Crowley Time Team. No, that just sounds like Time Team. Look, what better time has there ever been to back this show than right now? Just as Madrigal in Margate's taking off. The mystery's deepening, the plot's thickening, and the action's hotting right up. Oh, I wish Honda would hurry up and call. I bet they're loving this. The stakes are through the roof.
I'll say they are. Look who just walked in.
Who? Oh, Tez.
Hola, Tomasino. How's your chorizo swinging?
What? It's fine. Can I help you, Tez?
Maybe you can, Tom. You see, I was just driving around in my Tesla, which I've had specially converted to run on diesel, and I noticed this duffel bag sitting on the passenger seat. And I thought, what's that doing there? I wonder what's inside. So I opened it and found that it contained a huge number of stacks of £50 notes.
By-to-tatis.
Oh, no.
And I thought to myself, well, I've got plenty of money already. But you know who could really use this huge bag of money? Tiny Tom Crowley. He'd love a little liquid injection for the end of the year. And if he's happy to take this unwieldy huge bag of money from me, maybe I could relieve him of something cumbersome that he's lugging around. Like maybe any big scary entertainment properties he's currently burdened with.
Sir, don't listen to him.
How much is in there?
Don't ask me, I just found the thing. But if there's one thing I know about big bags full of money, it's that it's always best to take them and not ask any questions.
Avaloy, I've never seen an amount of money that looked heavy before, that wasn't in coppers.
Oh yes, my arm's getting tired. Boy, can't someone take this hefty load off my hands?
Oh, sir, no.
To be continued.
Oh, that is juicy.
Everything you've just heard was made by me, Tom Crowley, except for the score to Madrigal in Margate, which was composed and performed by Tommy Music. Find Tommy at Tommy Music UK on Instagram and hire him for all your musical needs. The organ music was performed by Richard Ziff. Please submit all praise, questions, complaints, and theories about who killed the headless man to @atomcrowley on social media or email crowleytimepodcast@gmail.com. To make it easier for me to turn down Tez Tucker's big bag of money, go to patreon.com/crowleytime and become a supporter today. Or go to crowleytime.com and buy some of this show's merchandise or its soundtrack album. And remember, old TV coppers never die. They just get rebooted.
Oh, my neck. Oh gosh, that's going to ache for days.
Your neck? What about my ankle? That leading lady really is terribly rough. I shall have a word with the equity deputy about her.
To think I gave up a rep season of wall-to-wall Ray Cooney farces for this.
Yes, and I gave up the brand new series of House of the Dragon, which I rented.
Oh, the life of an actor.
A swine's life, a common gutter badger's.
Speaking of which, did you see old Chunters Buffingham swanning about earlier?
I did, you know. Took a whole plate of liver sandwiches right off the catering trolley. He's not even in this episode.
Do you think he's had work done?
Oh, definitely. All over the place. You can see it straight away. Chin tuck, eye tuck, Brazilian bum lift.
He's practically laminated these days. They should have had him in that Barbie film.
Oh, you are awful.
Oh, I know. Oh, gosh, my neck. That really is sore. So terribly rough, that girl.
Not a whit of acting ability either.
Gosh, I know. Wooden.
Stiff as a board.
Pinocchio in bother boots.
Oh, stop it. You're so naughty.
Oh, I know. I can't help it.
The things you come out with sometimes. You're an absolute beast, you awful man. Oh, dear, I can't stand by these sorts of comments.